Hello guys! Welcome to today's tutorial. We are going to be looking at your circle tools today. So we've done our basic line tools and rectangle tools, so we're moving on to slightly more complex shapes. First we're going to get rid of this guy. You remember, you click and delete to get rid of him. Now we're going to start off with simply drawing a rectangle, same as we did last time. I'm going to draw this with the line tool, so with the pencil, just to go through it with you guys, even though it would be quicker to do it with the rectangle tool. So I'm going to draw a straight line along the red axis, and I'm going to make a box that is 4,000, going straight back up, by 4,000. See here, we'll just have to zoom ourselves out a little bit. Use your trackpad or the scrolling pin on your mouse. We can connect it back, and if you double check down here in your length, you see that it registers as 4,000, so give it a click and close the box. Now, for the first time, we're going to orbit ourselves around. So click on the orbit tool, or O on the keyboard. You can move yourselves around, and for the first time, we're going to draw a line along the blue axis. So we're going to pick a corner, and we're going to draw a line straight up. Now this does kind of look like it's straight up, but you can see that it's green, which means it's along the red axis, so it's actually going away from you, not up. A little bit of moving yourself around. There you go, you see it catches on the blue axis. This is now going upwards. So I'm going to put another line straight upwards. We're going to stick to 4,000 because it makes our lives easier. Like so. If you orbit yourself around a little bit more, you get a very nice angle of what the space will look like here. Here's a nice little cheat for you if you remember the rectangle tool. Now, whereas you would normally click and put double measurements in, if you have opposite corners for a rectangle tool, you can simply click on the opposite corners and the correctly spaced rectangle would automatically pop in. We're going to rotate ourselves around, and we're going to put another rectangle top to bottom right there. Like so. Now on here, I'm going to draw a circle. So normally on a PC, you would have a circle tool visible in your main toolbar, but on a Mac, you don't. So you are going to have to click to drop down the menu on your rectangle tool. Here you also have your circle tool. Now the circle tool and the polygon tool work the same way, so I really have to explain one to you. Now, the one thing that's important to know with the circle tool is that the measurement that you put in measures the radius, and you'll see that mentioned down here, which means that if you want a circle that is an entire diameter across, you have to put in 500 millimeters. So 1,000 millimeters, a meter wide circle, you have to put in 500 for the radius. So you put in half of what you want the circle to be across. The polygon tool works the same way. So we'll orbit ourselves around, down in the drop-down menu, polygon tool, straight up, 500. So now if I measure this, you remember the tape measuring tool, measure this straight across, it's 1,000. Now I'm going to delete this using my eraser. Just click and drag and that'll go away. Now, one thing I want to show you with the circle tool, there, 500, so it's another meter. If I click on this and right click to get entity info. Now, here's an important thing with your circle, and this doesn't really apply to anything else. So you have something here called your segments. Now your circle will, as a default, have 24 segments. This will adjust based on the size of your circle. If you change this to say 8, you see that now you have an 8-sided, well, you have an octagon instead. It's not really a circle anymore. Same thing if you just make it down to 2, it doesn't work. So 3 to 999, let's try doing 3. There we go, your circle turns into a triangle. Essentially it's a circle with 3 sides, right? You can turn it all the way up to 999. Okay, not for us, too large for a given angle, but we can do something like 100. And you see it looks a lot smoother than the original we had. If I zoom you in, this looks a lot smoother than the original one that had 24. So if you increase the number of segments, it looks more seamless. And that is your circle and polygon tool.